It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah, rap phenomenon. Draw heaters like it was Comic-Con. I've been a prophet without the profit, but now we on. I just focused on my craft like it's Martin Lawrence. Dragonfly Jones, I'm kicking lyrics like martial arts. Martial law in the making, my neighbors jeopardizing. Posted up like an advertisement with told comments. Trader Joe's producing, I got my own labels. Paying bills with a check I wrote that was post-dated. My heart pulsating. We fought Satan in battlegrounds. Flipped them like the tassels on a cap and gown. Delivery is in order, don't try to track it down. Can't feed my family with dabs and pounds, I'm having doubts. Yo, I've been representing myself though. Back against the ropes, cause preparing for people's elbow. Homies used to sell blow like elbow, don't self-load. I bounce back like Derrick Rose, and here it flows. I'm about to grin like Persephone, chasing mills like Stephanie. These rappers couldn't breed in my pedigree. My standards keep rising, no team advising, I got mine. We dropping numbers like hotlines. Keep proving myself at the combines. Breaking the confines, this is my playground like idle time. Word to my fam, case studies can't observe where I stand. These boys recycle my style like they turning in cans. Humbly speaking, I think I'm one of the greatest. Regardless of popularity, I can murder your playlist. Give you straight bars or make it simple like A-list. Any category you place me, it's undebated. They call me underrated, I say I'm above standards. Steady sleeping on me, I got you some new pajamas. Irrespective the cameras, just visualize what I bring to the culture. I be giving free game like I'm Oprah. I be frying up your favorites like okra. I gotta drive like a chauffeur. I make the bread and still carry a toaster. I ain't never let nobody get under my bad side. If you really want a war, just issue the battle cries, yeah. J Nolan.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody is doing well out there. Now, in this particular show, we're going to be getting into Clipse updates, all right? Because so many different things have been happening surrounding this project. Sometimes it be like little updates that I don't feel are pertinent enough to like just make a whole video about. So I'm going to do pretty much one fell swoop of a variety of Clipse related topics all in one. The first thing we're going to get into is the Clipse interview with Spotify. Okay. And in that interview, they sat down. I forgot homeboy name, but the dude that created the brand Fear of God, they sat down with him. They go through their history as the Clipse and the mindset of the music, getting back together, all that. But at one point during the interview, Pusha T actually ends up revealing that Kendrick Lamar wanted to do 2 features on this project. Now, of course, we do know about the Kendrick Lamar feature on Chains and Whips, but we don't know if there's another hidden feature on there perhaps, or if he only submitted that one even though he wanted to do 2. So once the album drops, for certain, we'll know what's going on, because from what I've heard, what I've been seeing online from people like Low Key and others, they claim that the Chains and Whips verse that we heard, or at least the portions that we've heard, ain't really what Def Jam was tripping about. So we're just going to have to see where things go from here. You know what I mean? Sometimes niggas be gassing some stuff up and it don't really turn out to be exactly what it is. So we have another week until we find out for sure. All right. Also in this show, we're going to be getting into the Rap Roundtable, which is a dope podcast and show geared around hip hop and hip hop related subject matter. And they were talking about this upcoming Clipse album, and they were saying if it turns out to be what everybody is expecting it to be, we're basically going to have to start having a conversation about whether or not the Clipse are the greatest rap duo of all time. I don't know if I'm ready to put them in that category or in that upper echelon of the greatest of all time, but we're going to listen to the debate and we're going to go through the debate as well, just to see like if we were to put that list together, not that I'm really big on lists, but if we were to put it together, where would they actually fall in the annals of history? You know? Let me see, what else do we have on board? There's talks of a potential Chains and Whips music video that people are circulating online. Apple Music is going to be running the album next Thursday, right before the album goes live on streaming platforms. They'll be having a live listening of the album. I'll definitely be tuned in for that. I probably won't be online on stream or anything like that because I just don't have the ability to do that these days. The flexibility to do that these days, rather. But they're gonna be doing that. And let's go ahead and get into the Spotify thing where they talk about Kendrick wanting to do 2 features.
Clipse and Kendrick together, that speaks lyricism. Like, in any time, I don't think people want anything other than that. You know, it was a situation where the traffic of people just coming in and out of the studio, and it happened to be a person from Kendrick's camp who was like in the studio, and we let his folks hear the album, and he called him and was like, listen, you need to get on this. And mind you, at this particular time, he was just super busy. Yeah. And man, sent them songs over. He just called back laughing, like, oh man.
Oh, really?
He was like, okay, I gotta do it. Don't worry about it. He was like, yo, I wanna do 2. And the idea of right place, right time makes everything happen, and having the actual product. And it's music, so you can get caught up in the moment. Like, you can catch people up in the moment.
Yeah.
With something polarizing. And I feel like that was one of those moments for us. Clipse and Kendrick.
All right. So that is Pusha T telling the story of how they even got Kendrick on the album. Now, keep in mind, and of course, everybody is going to have their own perspective of when stuff was done. I've seen some people that were speculating on whether or not Kendrick did this verse in New York, where we saw that photo of him going into the studio, looking into the camera. But this album has been done for some time. Okay. This album, remember, was really supposed to come out last year. Okay. Which is why all those issues were happening with Def Jam and why they took the songs to the lyric committee and were sifting through the bars and everything, because it was really on deck to drop last year. But of course, Def Jam started acting funny, UMG started acting funny, and they did what they had to do in order to get out of that contract. So I don't think that's the case. But what he does say is that Kendrick was super busy when the pipeline came through for communication to say, hey, Kendrick wants to be a part of this. So I'm estimating that this is probably during the Big Steppers tour, because it didn't conclude until spring of last year. And then, once his tour was over, he went ahead and splashed that nigga Drake. You know what I'm saying? With Like That, which also happened to be while Drake was doing his tour. So super busy. The nigga was on the road for a couple years. I could see that being, a toss-up of like whether or not he was going to be able to get it done. But if you pay attention to people in Kendrick's camp, they say, even when he's on tour, he's laying down ideas, because he likes to stay in tune with the music and create when he feels inspired. Now, whether or not it comes out immediately is a whole nother thing, but he's always working. You know what I'm saying? They say as soon as he finishes an album, he moves on to creating for the next. Again, you may not get it immediately, but he's already moving on to the next thing. Similar to if you saw the recent Tyler, the Creator interviews where he talks about, he's touring for, or he's been touring for Chromacopia, but he's already been making music for the next album, which a lot of people in the industry do that. So they sent the album over, let Kendrick's team hear it. They reached out to him and said, yo, you need to be a part of this. He said, shit, boy, I want to do 2. Now we have 1 confirmed appearance, but what happens if there's another that we don't fucking know about? Gonna have to let God sort it out. So here we have Love Is Back 24, who is definitely a very dedicated Kendrick page out there in the world of Twitter, stating Pusha T teases a Chains and Whips music video via IG. Okay, so this is a story from Pusha T, And on it, you see a music player that says Chains and Whips, Gabriel Moses. Now up here, they clarified that Gabriel Moses is a filmmaker. So this isn't the standard song. It's alluding to a music video, and it says, "My brother, they not even ready." Now I ain't gonna lie, with the music videos that we've seen from the Clipse in this current album rollout, the music videos have been pristine. The music videos have been cinematic. The music videos have been very visually striking. You know what I'm saying? And we also know that Kendrick Lamar is also very big on creating high quality, high level, high art level visuals as well. So with them coming together in this era to do that, I can see why he says, "My brother, they not even ready." But goddamn it, I am. All right. So if y'all have that in the tuck, I will patiently wait on it. I ain't gonna rush for y'all to put it out. I don't even think y'all need to put it out before the album drop. Let the album come out. Let us digest the album. Then y'all drop the motherfucking music video. Keep the momentum going. Don't kill the buzz before we get to it. You know, or I won't say don't kill the buzz, but don't shoot your entire arsenal before we actually get to enjoy the album. That's something that I was already saying before with certain leaks and things of that nature that keep coming out. But I'm definitely here for it, and I will certainly enjoy it. Also, within the last couple of days, we have the official track list that's been put out. We haven't talked about it as of yet, so we're going to talk about it now. Clipse Let God Sort 'Em Out official track list out July 11th. Track 1 is The Birds Don't Sing featuring John Legend, Voices of Fire. I do believe that song was also previewed about a year ago at the Louis Vuitton fashion shows with Pharrell. In addition to the original version of Chains and Whips without Kendrick on it. So we already know we have an idea of what those two songs sound like. Track 3, we have POV featuring Tyler, the Creator. I ain't gonna lie, that's a highly anticipated one for me too. Because that last Tyler Pusha T collab they did, that shit was hard. You know what I'm saying? So to get Tyler in Clipse world, knowing how much of a fan he is of the whole Star Trek era, Neptunes and all that shit, I'm looking forward to that one. And I hope Tyler goes the fuck crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because Tyler, he goes through his phases where he wants to show like high level MCing, and then he goes through his phases where he wants to do like other creative shit and sing and, fashion and other shit like that. But I want that nigga to bar the fuck out, especially on this album. Next up, we have So Be It Part 2, which is another thing that people are wondering what the fuck is going on. They say that a sample of So Be It Part 2 was played at the recent Louis Vuitton show. Maybe that was the end of it, perhaps, but maybe So Be It. Maybe the original So Be It is on there and it's just like an extended version that they're calling Part 2. Or it could be a completely different vibe. I don't know. Next up, we got Ace Trumpets. What I find interesting about this Ace Trumpets track is it says featuring Pusha T and Malice, as if it's not a Clipse song. Because in order to have the Clipse, you got to have Pusha T and Malice. So whose song is it really? And what is on this song that we haven't heard when this was supposed to be the first single? Who was on this song that we don't know about? Featuring Pusha T and Malice. It's y'all album. How you featured on your own song? So that's interesting. Now with the Ace Trumpets, Ace of Spade, that's Jay-Z's liquor. One of them. So it could easily be the Jay-Z feature that's hidden, and they found a creative way to present it without putting Jay's name on it. I don't know. I don't know if Jay has been in a mindset to rap with all of the controversy and the bullshit that's been surrounding his name, and he still hasn't been able to finish his breakfast with Tony Busby with the bullshit going on with that. But as a fan, one can wish. Next up, we got All Things Considered featuring The Dream and Pharrell. If you've been keeping up with Pusha T's solo career over the last decade, he has very good chemistry with The Dream. So I'm not too surprised about him being on here. I don't really know what the hell happened with The Dream's. He had a weird case about a year ago too, but that shit came and went. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was just a cash grab or something. I don't know. But he's on here featuring Pharrell. Next up is MTB TTF. I think that's Mike Tyson Blow to the Face, which we've already heard a snippet of. We already have a visual or a short snippet of a visual for that with the horseback ride and shit with the cocaine cowboy reference and the black cowboys and shit. But we've only heard one verse from Pusha T on that. That's one of my favorite snippets that I have heard. That's really the song that got me like super excited about this album for real. We have EBITDA featuring Pharrell. We have FICO featuring Stove God Cooks, which is another feature that they've been talking about in interviews and giving him high praises. Next up, we got Inglorious Bastards featuring Ab motherfucking Lava. This is the one that I've been waiting on for show. Ab motherfucking Lava. It ain't a Clipse album without Lava on that motherfucker, man. Philly, stand the fuck up. Next up, we got So Far Ahead. And let me just stop. Because some people out there probably like, bro, why are you so excited for Ab Lava? Nigga, Ab Lava is one of the elite lyricists of the past 2.5 decades. That may sound like a lot of praise to be giving to somebody who many people either have never heard of or have never cared to go out and check out like that. Ab Lava is a fucking lyrical genius. All right. You could go back to fucking Major Figure days. You could go back to all the features on goddamn the Clipse discography. Go to the Re-Up Gang mixtapes. He got solo records out too. I think he used to ghostwrite for Dre once upon a time. You know, that's one of the rites of passage in the music industry, especially from the past couple decades. Ab Lava is one of them niggas that whether or not he's in your face, he's cooking up some crazy shit. So yes, I'm excited about that. And hopefully he can use the momentum from this album to put out some solo shit that's going to really make an impact, hopefully. Next up, we got So Far Ahead featuring Pharrell. So we got Pharrell a few times on the album. We don't know if we're going to get him in rap Pharrell mode. That's what I would like. I would love to hear Pharrell get back on some shit. In my mind, Pharrell album and the mixtape are two of my favorite projects. Not like of all time type shit, but like just personal favorite type joint stuff that I come back to. In my mind is my shit. That nigga on Liquid Swords on the mixtape, nigga. Again, I challenge you, or I won't even say challenge. I implore y'all to dig into this stuff that I'm talking about. Next up is Let God Sort 'Em Out / Chandeliers featuring Nas. We've heard a piece of that just a few days ago. I chose not to play it on the channel because I felt like it was information overload with too many snippets coming out. And I'm just like, bro, we gotta, please let us just experience the album at once. And then the final we have By the Grace of God featuring Pharrell. Okay. So I'm sure at some point Pharrell gonna be singing, but I still want to know if Pharrell gonna get on some rap shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas been waiting on some Pharrell rap shit since damn near Young Nigga Move That Dope. But yeah, super excited about this album, man. As a nigga that grew up bumping the Clipse in real time, saw their trials and tribulations with the industry and how they were mishandled at multiple labels and, you know, shit like that, knowing that they was one of the, you know, premier groups of the time and just didn't get a fair shake as they should have. Yeah, this shit means a lot that we've circled back and they're like getting more hype than they were for their last album. Now, last but not least, let's get into the rap round table. All right, they have this video here. It says, unpopular opinion, the Clipse will be the greatest rapping duo of all time after they drop Let God Sort 'Em Out. This is a very, very hot take. Let's hear the explanation.
And I'm here to say today that there's a little caveat, there's an asterisk on here, but depending on how this Clipse album is going to deliver, if they deliver on this Clipse album and it's a fire album, Clipse is going to be the best rapping duo of all time. I said it.
I can't say it's unpopular because that's kind of been my stance.
That's unpopular.
When it comes to two,
when that opinion goes to
rapping,
Atlanta, there is unpopular
of course, Atlanta.
Queensbridge too.
I'm talking about as far as two niggas rapping. Shout out to Mobb Deep too, but I'm talking about Malice, bro, and Push, my nigga. Like to me,
the Clipse.
I salute to you, Sin. You probably gonna get cooked, but I'm gonna
after July 11th, if they deliver on this album, that's first of all, the two first singles,
crazy,
fire,
trumpets
goes crazy. So be it,
fire.
Oh my gosh! Shouts to Pharrell for that sample flip, man.
Pharrell showed up on this one.
Holy shit!
Showed up on those.
So based on these first two singles, it's promising.
Yes.
The hype that's surrounding it. People in the industry are talking about it. You know what I mean? Everybody that was at the listening, they're like, we're in for an amazing project, front to back here. You know what I mean? And so we have to be honest because, and shouts to Jav. Jav's not here today, but I'm going to make his point for him. We, at a certain point, it's 2025, and we kind of have to get out of this mindset where everything that originated in the 90s is just inherently better. You know what I mean? And that there's no dethroning that.
All right. Respect to the Rap Roundtable, you know. This is actually a very entertaining podcast. I check them out every now and then. I don't watch them all the time, but I've seen, you know, more than enough of their debates on the show. I respect what they do, just as I respect Dead End Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? Who are my homies here in Atlanta. So where do y'all sit with this? The Clipse will be the greatest rapping duo of all time after they drop Let God Sort 'Em Out. I'm not of that thought process. I off rip, I think I still have for sure Outkast at number one, and it's not just Atlanta bias. It's just the amount of time that I spent with their discography, how much their discography has shaped music. Not just Atlanta rap, but you can find remnants of Outkast music peppered in through a lot of music that's dropped in the last 2 decades. We don't get a Kendrick Lamar without Outkast. Not in the format in which he is and that he's presented himself, which is why he played Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe to Andre specifically. And I wish we would have gotten a Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix with him on it too. We could have got him and Jay on the remix, to be honest. That shit could have been 7 minutes. I wouldn't have gave a fuck. But because I feel like he's like a dope mix of both Andre and Big Boy with, of course, others. Wayne was an influence as well. So many others. You know, he's a student of the game. Jay. He puts a lot of Jay and Biggie lines that he mixes into his work as well. If you pay attention, Eminem, but that recipe would be incomplete without Outkast. Mobb Deep also comes to mind as it pertains to top duos. Mobb Deep, when you play the fucking Infamous, bruh. The infamous is like the Illmatic of rap groups. Like if Nas would have put out that album with fucking AZ, not to say it would sound like the Infamous, but that's what it would have been. Like that's the impact. The Infamous is fucking Illmatic for rap groups. Which lives in its own like history area in the fucking museum. Now understand, the Infamous is a little bit more of a regional thing. When you look at the entire landscape of hip hop, I don't know how many people in LA regard the Infamous as at that top tier, or how many people in the West Coast or in Detroit or wherever, once you get outside of the East Coast, who look at Mobb Deep to that same level. But for me personally, the Infamous did a lot. Hell on Earth was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Murder Music. After a certain period, Prodigy kind of, he just started gun butting niggas in every bar. He started doing a little bit less effort, but that's a tough one when you stack it. Matter of fact, I think there was a recent article talking about duos in hip hop. Let me see if I can pull that up. Now, normally when I do these, I read the entire article and the description and all that shit. We're not doing that right now. We're just gonna go through. So at number 22, they have Black Sheep. Shout out to Black Sheep, classic shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to, Drez and Mr. Lounge. Good shit. The real Black Sheep. Next up, we got L Trim at 21. Okay? Or La Trim, however you want to say it. 20, we have the Dog Pound. And of course, that's excluding Snoop, Daz, and Corrupt. I think they should be much higher than 20, personally. They're way too impactful to be number 20. And have the City Girls above them. What the fuck? This is a complete sham. List disqualified. Fuck out of here. The City Girls do not have a motherfucking dog food. Are you fucking shitting me? As big as the City Girls were, they don't have a Ain't No Fun. But let me keep the fuck going. Shout out to City Girls though. Number 18, Helter Skelter, Rock and Ruck. Again, if you want some hip hop shit, spend some time with Helter Skelter. I know these is East Coast niggas. Everybody don't like New York rap. Spend some time with these niggas. And then go and listen to Sean Price solo shit. Rest in peace. Number 17, Pete Rock and CL Smooth. How the fuck are they not top 10? What the fuck is this? Complex, y'all smoking on dick. I'm sorry. Pete Rock and CL Smooth, the motherfucking Mecca and the Soul Brother album changed my motherfucking life. It's one of them. How the fuck you got Black Alicious above Pete Rock and CL Smooth and the Dog Pound? What the fuck? Shout out to Black Alicious, no shots. Y'all got some shit. Ain't Black Alicious the niggas make you feel that way? Make you feel that way or some shit. Ain't that them niggas? But what the fuck? And that might not even be them. I was right. Make you feel that way. Shout out to y'all niggas, man. But there ain't no fucking way. All right? But y'all did put some shit down. And y'all production style definitely is the shit. You know what I'm saying? Underrated on the West Coast. Run the Jewels, number 15. Fuck out of here. Shout out to both Killer Mike and LP. Ain't no fucking way. 14, Camp Low. Shout out to my niggas Camp Low. This is it. What? Lucha need from that sky. Let's get lit. What? The Jiggy Bonds and Sugar Bond can't quit. What? Now pop the cork and steam the Vega and get lit. What? This is it. What? Introducing. I don't even know what the fuck them niggas was saying. I just know introducing. Whatever the fuck, you know? Because them niggas wasn't even speaking damn near English. But that album they put out, classic. DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, impact-wise, cool. Music-wise, fuck out of here. And I love both y'all niggas. I love Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff gave me an opportunity that nobody else in the industry has by giving an ear to my music and playing it on his travel show. Love them niggas. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no way. Number 12, the Beat Nuts. The Beat Nuts got some of the craziest beats ever created in hip hop. Fuck out of here. Number 12, above Dog Pound, Pete Rock, CL Smooth. Fuck out of here. I don't even know a Beat Nuts album. And them niggas got fire ass songs, but I don't know none of them albums. Off the top of my head, that is. Black Star, them niggas got one album, well, two if you count the shit they dropped recently where the niggas could barely find. Excellent album. Most Def and Talib Kweli are Black Star. Excellent fucking album. Ain't no fucking way. I'm sorry. Number 10, Dead Prez. Shout out to Dead Prez Classics. I don't know if y'all top 10. Clipse number 9. I'm not mad at Clipse at 9. I think they could actually go a little higher. But I'm not mad at Clipse at 9. EPMD, this a little bit before my time, but I understand their impact. I understand who they brought into the game. Without EPMD, we don't get Redman, we don't get Keith Murray, we don't get Jamal solo album. We don't get some fire ass shit. Plus the impact of who came just off of influence of EPMD. I give them that. I ain't gonna argue with that. Number 7, MOP. I probably listen to more MOP than EPMD, but I don't see how in any facet they could be above them. Number 6, 8 Ball and MJG. These is my niggas. Y'all got them top 6. I'm gonna leave them at top 6. These my niggas. Very underrated. They don't get enough that they just do. And that's both 8 Ball and MJG. I think MJG is one of the best MCs from the South ever to fucking touch a mic. MJG, if he would have really like locked in the way he could have locked in and did like a crazy feature run, I think MJG should be in some of them same conversations as Dre and Big. I don't know if he's, there necessarily, but he should be in the conversation. Eric B and Rakim, number 5, Impact. Rakim, I can't argue with that. Number 4, UGK, I will not argue with that. I probably listen to more 8 Ball and MJG than UGK though on my personal time, but I'm not arguing with that. Rest in peace, Pimp C. Number 3, Gangstar. I love Gangstar. Some of the hardest beats ever created in hip hop. And I fuck with Guru, but no. Top 3, I'm sorry. Top 3, they not 3. And they not top 3 either. But that's not to take anything away from them. Number 2, Mobb Deep. Them my niggas. I got no complaint. Number 1, Outkast. I still feel like Pete Rock, CL Smooth should have been top 10. Clipse 9. Again, they could have been higher up, give or take. But I'm not mad at that. I think that's a little bit more their speed. But I will say, if you count longevity, if you count relevance in 2025, then the Clipse definitely have to raise up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? If you take all things considered, take discography, longevity, relevance in the new world, that does shoot them up. Number 1, I don't know, but personal favorite, who I listen to the most, they might get that next to Cass. But I don't know if personal ranking is the same as greatest of all time. But you can't really go wrong, you know what I'm saying? I'm not arguing with anybody who does put them in that space. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at that. Now, if you're talking about like Black Alicious or something, I'm gonna say, what the fuck? Respect though. But that, if Rap Roundtable would have came out like that, we would have had a totally different conversation. We probably wouldn't even had a conversation because I would have just put fuck out of here in all caps on Twitter and kept that shit moving. But the Clipse, they deserve that conversation. They deserve to at least have that debate. But I do feel like you jumped the shark quite a bit, as much as I love them niggas. And they're influential from music, fashion, the sound with Pharrell and the Neptunes. Like, they got a lot of good shit going for them. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. And I feel like that list didn't represent all the regions in hip hop all that well. But again, y'all tell me. All right. That's what I got for y'all in this show. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there. And if I don't see y'all tomorrow, enjoy the food. if you happen to have food with your family. All right? Peace.
Yeah. king of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming, I swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda, we hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, so straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest, but drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries, stand for my honor. But too raw, no corner, packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.